He said that last week.
What roles do asset managers play for hotels?
Let's be real, man. Like you said, asset managers are looking out for your best interests. Even whether it's a multifamily apartments, you got to look at what their goals are. That's one of the big things. That's why you want everybody's goals to align. Sometimes when you get third-party management, you got to watch what they're doing, because then they start throwing these back of the office fees or whatever you want to call it, and they hide them. They be like, "Oh, we talked about that. That was in your performer, or that was." Yeah, no. Like, dude, like when I go through my contract, I see accounting, and I saw this fee. Next thing you know, you got chief engineer, and then you got group sales, you got this sales. Like, and if you're running a smaller hotel, like an 85 key, it cannot sustain something like that because it's taking away too much revenue. Now, and here's the thing. If a hotel is performing and you ain't never got to go over there and they're passing all their QAs, quality assurance tests, all those things, you're like, you know what, I don't care. Charge what you want. You bringing money to my bottom line. Our investors happy. But if they're not even hitting that, they got to go. And don't be afraid to say you're gone. A lot of people, they're so focused on acquiring a hotel, they're not thinking about all the behind the scenes, what happens day to day. They're like, "Oh, I own a hotel." Yeah. But you got the operations, and these people come in, literally they're snakes.
Myron Golden here. I am so looking forward to seeing you at the Big Deal Summit right here in Tampa, Florida, June 19th through the 21st. None other than Mike Ely himself, the king of investing in apartment buildings and hotels, myself, and Robert G. Allen, Mr. Nothing Down himself. Come to the Big Deal Summit where you can learn how to turn your cash into cash flow, your cash flow into cash, and have tax-free cash flow at the Big Deal Summit with me, Mike Ely, and Robert G. Allen. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Big Deal Summit. Let's go.
Okay, so basically, what do you look for a partner? What do you look for an investor? Or what should you look for? And so what I look for in a partner is kind of three things, right? One, who has time, right? And then these kind of merge in together. Then who has money? Then who has knowledge? Those are three essential things. Because if you got two people with time but no knowledge, no money, you're not getting anywhere, right? But if you get with somebody that has a little bit of knowledge and somebody has a little money, all right, and somebody has time, now you're moving somewhere, right? You're pushing the objective forward. And I think those are the key things in a partnership that really adds value, because when you don't have that, if somebody's not bringing money to the table, somebody's not bringing some expertise, somebody doesn't have the time, then I'm just saying you're giving away equity. All right, that's just wasted equity. Now, but if somebody in the background is still putting things together, there's value there. All right. Now, in an investor, again, it goes back. It still falls under the same category. Are we aligned? Our expectations are the same. Whenever I get an investor, I don't care how they come in. Whether it's online, I met them in person, I'm asking them what their goal is. What's a typical return for them, right? How long do you want to be in a deal? And why haven't you done something like this before? Like, these are the essential questions you ask. One, because when you ask an investor what their goal is, it's all about the investor. It's not about you. See, once you realize you're there to provide a service, that's when your business and your vision will grow exponentially, all right? It's all about providing a service and what you can do for other people. Because what your real goal is to provide a transformation for these people. You're providing a promise that you can help transform them economically. And it starts with that one deal.
How do you know? What are telltale signs you have a really good asset manager, or the asset manager need to be replaced?
Yeah, no, I mean, the asset manager, for me, it was a little different. Like, I had to say Davon was very essential in putting that together. Yeah. Like, she knew a lot more people than I did at the time. And I was more organic, I would say, in that process. Like, I'll wait till I find the right one. And seriously, we went through quite a few management companies until we found the right one. Like, we found that guy Tommy.
Oh yeah, Tommy's.
And I just worked out perfect. Like, we get along perfectly through the good and the bad. And then because I went through so many things that worked to our benefit, I knew what to look for. So that's the good thing. Like, yeah, I kind of put the negative, but it's kind of reverse engineering. Because now that we've been through all of that, we already know what to expect. We know how to build off the foundation. We can share with other people what you clearly need from day one. And the rest is easy. Because if you got bad management, now I'm going to get them out in 30, 60 days or less. There won't be a problem. We'll switch out and get a new team in quickly. You won't be fighting in arguments or agreements or anything like that. So, you know, I'm grateful that I went through that process. Again, I don't really like learning lessons.
How do you know you had bad management?
I want to see books of properties you managed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Show me the book. And let's be more in detail. When we say references, whose properties have you managed? And I want to talk to them.
Talk to
and
the
then
owner.
I
You
want
wanna
to
talk to the owners.
And I want to see their book. And if they don't want to do that, they don't have that relationship, I don't want to deal with it. All right? Like, forget it. I don't care. Like, we don't want to waste time. And then, as you said, have you owned a hotel or have you just managed? Because there's a big difference. Because we are, like, it's crazy. These management companies like, hey, the GOP, the gross operating profit of this property is at 42%. I'd be like, yeah, bro, but that ain't the bottom line. Like, what my cash flow look like? Like, you care about that because the reason they focus on the GOP, when they start looking at taxes, insurance, reserves,
That's how they get their bonus.
that's kind of out of their control. So they deduct that, and you'll see it on your performer, but that only is really referencing the owner and the debt. But they don't care about that. They're like, see, because they can compare apples to apples to other hotels. But I'm like, look, man, if this doesn't match up, you know, with a good return for my investors after the debt, I don't care what you're making on the GOP. If you're making 50% on GOP, which is really, really good, but I'm only getting 2%, I don't want that, right? You know, I want to make a great return for my investors every year, every month.